If you're pretty or you're socially deemed attractive, you need to learn how to be a bitch. And this is part 2. Before I continue, this series is not to try to turn you into a monster. It's just to give you the tools to navigate your world better, because the world responds to you differently. Out in the world, there are many different types of people. And there are certain people who thrive on control, they thrive on competition, and they thrive on domination. As a pretty or attractive woman, socially, you're kind of up there, because as much as we don't really want to admit it, beauty is currency. It is wealth, and it holds a lot of weight. It's not the most important thing, but it does hold a lot of weight, and it does get you up there, okay? You'll notice that you'll tend to attract people who want to compete, or they want to dominate, or they want to humble you. So you're gonna need to develop some tough skin, and you're gonna have to stop being nice. Because when you're nice, people tend to read that as you being harmless. And when you're pretty or attractive, you can't be harmless, because you're gonna attract those type of people. If you have a certain level of bitchiness to you, when these types come around you, they're gonna think twice, because they're like, oh shit, I gotta tread carefully with this one. You know what I mean? So the next step in learning the art of being a bitch is to master detachment. When people are in your presence, you tend to reflect back onto them what it is about them that they've neglected. You reflect back things that they may be insecure about. Your presence can make people feel self-conscious, because when they look at you, they can't help but to also look at themselves. And if they're not happy or satisfied with what they see with themselves, that's gonna stir up all types of uncomfortable emotions. If this person is out of control or they're unaware of themselves, they're gonna project those emotions onto you. If or when that happens, detachment will save you, because when people project onto you, you're not going to take it so personally. Next is to be a bitch is to be cold. There's going to be people who are going to tug on your attention, because getting attention from you feels like a big boost, whether you give them good attention or bad attention. This means that there will be people who will pick on you, or they'll straight up be rude to your face, all to get you to react or respond to them. So you got to learn to not give a fuck and to just keep it moving. That's why I said to be a bitch is to be cold, because a lot of times people think being a bitch is someone who's confrontational, someone who can be violent. When you're confrontational, or you address every slight towards you, that actually invites people to want to fuck with you even more, because they're looking at you like, oh, she's reactive. Oh, she's always confronting when somebody messes with her. I'm gonna go fuck with her next, because guaranteed she will pay attention to me and give me the time of day. To be a real bitch is to be cold, to not give a fuck, and to give people nothing. Attention is currency. That's why they call it pay attention, right? Whenever you're putting your attention on something or someone, you are paying it your attention. And I would even argue that attention is by far the most expensive currency out here. That's why there's certain people, not everyone, but there are certain people who resent beauty and attractiveness, because when you're beautiful and attractive, all you have to do is step out and you get attention. Then there's gonna be those types of people who pretend like they don't see you. They're gonna withhold support from you because they don't wanna pay it to you. People already pay you attention effortlessly, and they resent that. They don't feel like you deserve it. These are the types that think you need to earn everything. It's like they've always had to be exceptional, or they've always had to perform better than everybody else in order for eyes to be on them. People who usually have to work hard for things, they resent the people who just get it effortlessly. That's the end of the lesson. But before you go, I just want to add that as you become more sure of yourself, you start to gravitate towards the people who are good for you, because you trust yourself now. You trust your body, you trust your senses. You're more in tune with yourself, which makes it easier and quicker for you to sift through the ones who are not for you versus the ones who are like, oh, I see potential in these ones. You know what I mean? You trust yourself so much that you don't have this anxiety or fear about getting to know people again, because you trust that you have the boundaries, and you trust that if anything ever switched up, I'll walk away.